Ring.io for iOS is the best way to use Ring.io while you are on the go. It's full of all those great features that you already know and love, and it's a great way to stay connected with your leads, prospects, contacts, customers, you name it, and do what you do best, connect with people and do more sales. Let's see how it works and what you can do. But before we get started, let's see at some of the things that we are going to be covering. First, we're going to see how easy it is to make a call using the Ring.io iOS app. Then we're going to see how you make calls through your CRM, your email client, a web browser, or even your address book. One thing to keep in mind when making calls through the Ring.io iOS app is that the calls go through your data and Wi-Fi connection. They don't go through your cell phone number. Finally, we're going to be looking at features like dispositions, notes that you can save directly to your CRM, and how to set up a caller ID. And finally, voicemail drop. Those are important, right? Yes, those are included as well. Once you have installed the Ring.io for iOS app, you'll be greeted by this dial pad. I'm sure it's very familiar to everyone, super simple to use. To make an outbound call, all you have to do is input the phone number of the person that you're trying to contact. Once you're done, click the green button and you're ready to go. At the bottom of the interface, you have two options. To the left, recents, which basically is a repository of all the calls that you have made and received. You can scroll up and down, and next to each call you can find the time and a date, as well as an icon that indicates if they are an inbound or an outbound call. The blue icon is for outbound and the green icon is for inbound. The settings options allows you to at the top allows you to set your availability for receiving calls, so just make the toggle on and off. You can set your caller ID, so basically you can select the phone number that you want your contact to see when making that outbound call. When you press that button or drop down, you see a drop down to select, and then the get help allows you to see some of the options, some of the resources from Ring.io for iOS. Finally, you can sign out by just clicking that red button there. We are now ready to make a call using the Ring.io iOS app, so we are entering the phone number of the company that we're trying to reach. We are going to press the green button, and from there we are going to try to connect with the green dot company. So it looks like we are connected now, and we're seeing a few pieces of information that are useful and interesting. First, we see the contact details, which shows the name of the company and the phone number, and at the bottom the last note, which is the note or shows the note that in this case I added when I last spoke with them. But let's grab your attention towards the bottom of the screen, which shows those icons that allow you to perform several actions as you are on the call, and they are quite handy. The first one is your mute and unmute button. Enough said, sometimes you might need to mute yourself, press that button and you're good to go. Right next to it is the hang up button, and to the right is your voicemail drop, which allows you to set voicemails drops when you are connected to the voicemail on the other end. As you can see now, there are three sets of icons that allow you to perform even more actions. Earpiece, you can put your call on a speakerphone or connect to your Bluetooth device. The keypad, which prompts you to an interface that allows you to enter extension if you're prompted to do so. And right next to it is the transfer button, which allows you to transfer calls to a department, to a user, or even an external number, allowing you to enter that number through the interface that you're seeing here. Now, how do you see all those icons while you're on a call? All you have to do is swipe up and down, and the icons will display. Once you're done with the call, you hang up, and then you'll be greeted with this postcode window that allows you to perform two interesting actions, or two essential actions. First, you are going to be able to disposition the call. All you have to do is click on that menu, select the disposition that you want to use for that call. From the drop down, save it, and then you can enter a note. It's totally optional, but once you do that, you'll be prompted to add so with a native keyboard provided for the iOS. So enter your node. Once you do that, click that blue save node to your CRM. In my case, I'm using Pipedrive. So when I do that, I press that button and the node is going to be added to my CRM. And yeah, that's it. You have made your first call or done your first call with Ring.io for iOS. Another way to make a call using the Ring.io iOS app is by going to the recents view, scrolling up and down to find the contact that you want to reach, click on that contact and then place the call. That is super easy and super convenient. Yes, you are able to use Ring.io for iOS to call from your CRM as long as you have your app for that CRM installed within your device. So right now I'm going to show you how it works on Pipedrive, which again, as you can see, I have it installed on my iOS device. I'm going to open it up. I already selected a contact and I am going to press on that phone number. Once I press on that phone number, I have the option to copy it. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it and open the Ring.io for iOS app. I'll paste it there and then I can place the call. This methodology works also for HubSpot and Zoho, which I'm not going to show here because the steps are exactly the same. However, for Salesforce is a little different. So I'm going to illustrate and show you next how you place a call through Salesforce. So we are now ready to place a call from Salesforce. As you can see here, I have already installed the Salesforce app and I'm going to click on it and find a contact. I already have a contact selected, so we are good to go there. In this case, I'm going to be calling Sam now. As you can see, there are two phone fields that include a phone number. But in order for calls to go through Ring.io, what you need to do is click on that icon at the very top, the first one that is a share icon. After you do that, you're going to have to select call with Ring.io within this UI, and then you're going to end up in this sort of contact card that shows you the contact name, the email address, the last node, there's one, and also the phone number. By the way, you had more than one phone number, those will be listed here, and at that point you can select which one you want to use for your call. In this case, my option or my choice is very easy because there's only one, so I'm going to be clicking on that, and what that's going to do is that's going to connect me directly to the Ring.io iOS app and place the call right away. So as you can see, comparing the two methods from Pipedrive, this is very different. And just as a recap and a note, the Pipedrive CRM as well as HubSpot and Zoho share the same functionality, and Salesforce, you have to follow these steps. Okay, so now we're going to learn how to place calls from emails that you have received from either contacts, leads, potential customers, or even customers. So right here, I have opened up on my Apple Mail email that I received. I can see right away on the section where the signature is located, there is a phone number that I can call and I can use to contact this person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press on that phone number. I can see right away that I have several options to select from to place a call. In this instance, I want to select Ring.io. Once I select Ring.io, the Ring.io iOS app opens up automatically and then it places the call right away. So now we are looking at how to place calls from emails that you have received via Gmail. So in this case, I open this email for onboarding. I already see there's a signature at the bottom that includes a phone number. So I'm gonna call this person to talk about onboarding and set something up. And the first thing I'm gonna do is select that phone number. From the options given to me, I'm gonna click share, and at that point, call with Ring.io, which will take me to the Ring.io iOS app, and the call will be placed right away. So as you can see, with a few clicks of the button, we went from an email that we received on Gmail to calling, placing a call, and talking to that person. Now let's take a look at how you can place calls through Chrome. In those instances where you're perhaps browsing, looking for information, and you find a phone number and you need to call. So I'm going to go ahead and open Google Chrome and look for Ring.io because I'm going to be contacting the customer support team. So I'm going to be looking at their website to find their phone number. I think I'm looking still. I found it, scroll towards the bottom, and then once I find it, I'll go ahead and select the phone number. Of those options, I select share, and this UI is going to give me the ability to click call with Ring.io, and then the call is going to be connected via the Ring.io iOS app, and then you're ready to talk. That's easy. We are now going to place a call through Safari. We're going to open up Safari. And again, I'm going to look for Ring.io because it's easy. I love talking to their support team. So Ring.io, we are on the website. We are going to look for the phone number under the section Talk to Us. And then scroll down to find the Ring.io customer support team phone number. Right there, I can go ahead and click on that number, and it gives me the option to select which method I want to use to call. Obviously, I'm going to be using Ring.io, and once I do that, the Ring.io iOS app will open up and connect me with the Ring.io customer support team. That's it. As you can see, Ring.io for iOS allows you to place calls in so many different ways. Right now, we're going to be looking at how you can call from your address book. I'm going to be opening up my address book and look for a contact. In this case, I'm going to be once again calling the Green Dot Company, which has been my go-to person to call to. So hopefully they are not super annoyed. So I'm going to be using or pressing on the call button, the second icon at the very top. It shows me the options of how I can place a call, and I'm going to be selecting Ring.io. Because I have two phone numbers tied to that contact, Ring.io is asking me what phone number they should be calling, and I'm going to be calling the 571 number. Once I select that, I am automatically taken to the Ring.io iOS app and the call is placed. No, I have not forgotten. Now it's the time where I'm going to be talking about voicemail drop. So at the very beginning of this presentation, you took a little glimpse of how the feature works. But now I would like to zoom in on how this works because this is a feature that a lot of people like and a lot of people use. So we're going to take our time. First, I'm going to make a call here using the interface from the Ring.io mobile app. We are keying in a phone number of a contact that we want to reach. Once we are connected, we're going to be hitting the voicemail here. And at that point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the icon at the bottom right of the screen. And that's going to take me to the voicemail drops that I have recorded. But let's pause here for a minute and let's see where those voicemail drops that I have recorded come from. Right now, voicemail drops can only be recorded via the web phone. This is something that might change in the future, but in order to populate this here, you will have to previously have done a recording on the web phone. So let's recap. We are going to hear the beep. We are going to select one of the voicemail drops, and then you're good to go. At that point, the call ends, and you're going to be taken to the post-call screen where you're going to be able to disposition the call or add a note that will be saved to your CRM. And that's it. Super easy. Up until now, we have been talking about how you make calls through the Ring.io iOS app and all the methods that you can use. But now let's talk about receiving calls. So in order for you to start receiving calls on your iOS device, you'll have to make a bit of an adjustment on the web phone. So what you need to do, open up your web phone and click the gear icon at the bottom right. So this is the icon that you need to click. on the settings page, then head over to the section that says receive calls on, and untoggle web phone and toggle mobile. So once you get that in place, you are ready to start receiving calls through your device. So let's see what that looks like, shall we? So I have Ring.io set up to receive calls through the iOS app. And now I'm receiving this call from Company. The reason that it's showing the name of the company or the name of the contact up top is because it's on my CRM. But I can tell this call is coming from Ring.io because at the bottom it says Ring.io audio. Once I answer the call, I'm going to be taken to the Ring.io for iOS app where I can start using all the features that I've been talking about throughout all this presentation. I hope you are as excited as we are to start using Ring.io for iOS. We would love to hear about your experience with the app or any feedback that you would like to share with us. Thanks so much for your time, and until next time, happy ringing. Bye!